Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield. As always, we're here on another Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. My family were making me do things. So, we are going to have a fun day today. So I got on here for the live stream. I'm doing something a little special before our normal event. So what we're going to be doing today, if you're watching this later as a video or whatever, or we're going to be exploring Middle-earth here. As you can see in the background, we're going to be exploring this beautiful valley, and we're going to be having a blast doing it. Welcome, everyone. Welcome indeed. I wanted to quickly address a few things that I could see the world chat's exploding about. Everyone, chill out, everything's fine, okay? People are like saying, the server's gonna close, the server's gonna close, and everyone's like freaking out and stuff like that. That's what I'm seeing in the chat, okay? It's no big deal. It's way too early to be talking about stuff like that, and this is all a good thing that's happening for LOTRO. LOTRO is investing. If you've watched Cordovan's video, again, I will link it in this video for you guys. He had a whole conversation about it with one of their main tech guys, Severil. Try to make Severlin, I think is his name. But basically, what's going on is a lot of positive things. We're all going to be getting, Europe is going to be getting dedicated servers, and America is getting a brand new server bank system. And it's going to be very exciting. And basically what they want is they want most people to move over to the new specialized 64-bit servers. They said very clearly in the video that if there's a server that still has a really big population, they don't plan on closing that server. They would like it if people would move to the new ones, and it's all going to be free is what they're going to try to do for moving and stuff like that. And not just that, they're going to actually open up what's called Dark Worlds, which I believe is like the servers they closed in the past, like 8 years ago or whatever, 6 years ago, just for people to be able to move characters if they had one stuck on one of those servers and they never got their character off, which is actually really cool. I have a friend and a cousin who might want to check that out. But it's all a good thing. It's all very positive, very exciting. Let me go ahead and turn the live chat on here so you guys can see everybody there. And I just need to pop this out for a second here. So if anyone has any questions about that, I will answer stuff right now, and then we're going to start our tour and focus on exploring. But I was just looking at the world chat, and everyone is saying all sorts of things, and I was like, what's going on in the world chat? People are freaking out, and I think what's happening, too, is there's a little bit of telephone happening, where people are, like, hearing information from someone else, and it's causing a little bit of chaos, and everything happening this is all a positive thing. Now, the idea, Cordovan, they were very clear, they don't want there to be a lot of stress with moving of servers. But they wanted to they talked about why they couldn't just copy paste people, because they want multiple servers to go to 1 or 2 servers, which are going to be massive and going to be able to handle all of those players with way less lag than the previous servers kind of thing. But they want to make sure that everybody, has a fair chance at their names. He talks about that. They talk about all that stuff. They even say if people grief and try to take someone's name, or if someone, my channel, Voice of the Rings, they try to, take a name, please don't do that. Come on, community. You guys are good on this, right? But they say that they will make sure that, those names are given to the right people. If that account had a high-level max character, like, for example, UFEF or someone, right? You had a high-level character and all that jazz, they're going to say, oh, yeah, obviously, you get that name. But they're going to be trying to do their best about all that. So, but there shouldn't be this huge amount of stress on things. I really don't think that's going to really happen anyway with the size of the community, LOTRO. It's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be really exciting to be able to have, like play with the other servers, because one thing I've been kind of talking about for years is I've really been upset that we can't all play with each other, like across servers. There's no cross-server things. But now, if there's just 2 servers, then most of us will be on those 2 servers, at least in NA, and EU will have something too. And again, I want to tell people on the EU side, if you guys still want to play on the NA server with us, I still want people in our kinship to play with us from that. So, I want, for just a little side note from my kinship, I don't want anyone freaking out. I don't want anyone saying anything yet or making plans weird, not the leadership. I will be making final decisions for my kinship and our leadership, and we will not be planning or anything yet. So please do not pass on, like, oh, we think, don't put words in my mouth, is my point. For my kinship. I will be talking to you guys come straight to me, and I will be explaining stuff soon. But it'll be, a week or so from now, because we haven't planned on anything yet. Let me say hi to everybody real quick here. Hello, Lord Kev, B. May, Roving Ranger, Yuseft, hello. Baruch Hazad, indeed. Hello, welcome. Hello, everyone. Megovanen. Hello. Barabog, hello, greetings. Thank you for firing this up. Put it in misinformation. Yeah, I don't think it's people purposely trying to do misinformation. Can I just point out too, for my wonderful server of CrickHollow, everyone is very nice. I think what's happening is people are just getting really hyped and really worried about things because they're just hearing little tidbits down like telephone. You guys know what the game telephone is, right? Where you like try to listen through a little like tube thing, and then you try to communicate, or someone whispers in your ear and you try to say it to the next person, and the next person, and you start losing information, right? I think that's what's happening. People are like, what? CrickHollow's closing. They didn't say that yet, okay? So someone put in the world chat, CrickHollow's closing in 2026. I did not hear that information from Cordovan. So that is not true, okay? That we know of yet. It may be true. It may be, because there's a criteria, they said. They said if there is, everyone has moved, let's say 90% of the population of CrickHollow has moved to the new 64-bit servers, which is their hope and goal, because in the future, Windows will probably not support 32, bit servers anyway, right? Because technology keeps advancing, which Cordovan talks about. You guys got to go watch Cordovan's video. I'm just telling you, just if you found my video and stream and you need this, sweet. But they're going to evaluate the servers at the end of this year, 2025. And they're going to look at them, the 632, and they're going to go, how many people are on this? Okay, this server has 10 people logging in a day. We're going to ask those 10 people nicely to move, and then we're going to warn them and say, hey, we're going to close this server, right? But if they have a server that has 10,000 people logging in a day still on a 32-bit server, we're going to keep that server. And that's what they said in their video. They said, we're not planning on closing it if people don't move. But they were hoping people will, because the new technology is going to make LOTRO what we all love, but just way better, right? We're going to have a lot of those. People were joking that like, oh, but I love the lag. Yeah, we don't love the lag. So it's really exciting to have that change. Let me go ahead and see where else you guys were saying. Ningana, hello. We're not freaking out. We're freaking out. This is funny. Several good, thank you. I was right on the name. Sweet, good. I thought so. They didn't say they're gonna make us pay a 10th alt down the line, or did they say free transfers from CrickHollow, etc.? They're gonna have free transfers, for everything. From what I hear for the first. And they're going to leave it, from what Cordovan implied, he didn't give us exact dates yet, Cordovan's going to give us a written full information thing in the next week or so. So that's why, again, people should chill. Just don't worry about things yet. Let's look at things. They made a comment that it's going to be sooner rather than later with the new 64-bit servers, but that means for the end of February or the beginning of March, right? We're in mid-January right now, right? We're not even mid-January yet. So thank you for the super chat, Robert. Appreciate it. So anyway, that's all that's going to be coming, so don't worry about that too much. They're going to be talking about that. And again, Cordovan said the biggest thing they understand is they know people would feel stressed about having to move to the new server with names, right? Like move there. So they're going to have something where, like, I think VIP, they'll make it where you can have 3 slots temporarily. This is what he said, but I'm going to try to word it right. They're going to have 3 character slots temporarily for the first day. That as a VIP, you can make 3 characters. Just like save 3 of your main names, and they understand, that could still be problematic, right, with some things, but they're hoping that everyone will be good about it. Pick the 3 names, and then that next day, they'll allow you to transfer stuff. And I believe it'll be infinite free transfers, as in, if you have 50 characters on a server, you should be able to transfer all of them, right? There will be a limit, obviously, to your account slots still. Like, so if your account has 20, let's say you have 20 character slots, right? And you get that on every server. So let's say you have 20 characters on one server and you have 5 characters on another server. That would be a problem because you wouldn't have 25 slots, so you might have to get some. But Cordovan made a comment that they might try to give a few extra slots to everyone. It just has to do with some technical stuff with that. Anyway, that stuff, you should really go watch their video if you really want to know all the full details, because they really did a good job talking it over, and it was really awesome. And also, if you are here, if you're not going to be here the whole time, that's just fine. But if you throw a like on the stream, it'd be amazing. And you're welcome to subscribe. We do Lord of the Rings online all the time here. No matter what server you're from, we have fun with LOTRO here. Again, today what we're going to do is we're going to be exploring Middle-earth here in the beautiful valleys of Andoril. Anduil. Yeah, whatever. Let's see here. Where else am I caught up? The name is more stressful than staying with friends. Yes, 100%. So I've done this before. I don't know how long you guys have all been on Lord of the Rings. I was originally a player on the server Firefoot. I'm a Firefoot player from the very beginning of the game. I started the game in the first week it came out. Okay, not beta. I was too small for that. I was a small child. But I started the game right when it came out. And then at Firefoot time, Firefoot became such a small server at that time. So right now we've had, LOTRO at its life has had small shrinking and then got population growth and like that, right? We're at a population growth right now in the time of the game, which is wonderful. And they're doing lots of work and they're pumping in tons of money to the future of this game. So here's one exciting thing for LOTRO players, guys. The game is not going anywhere. I've been saying this for already a few years here on my channel here on Voice of the Rings, but the game is not going anywhere, because if they just pumped in putting up 2 new servers, one in Europe and one over here in Las Vegas, I think it was, in America, that's not necessarily that cheap with all that software and all the stuff they've been putting into it. So they're committing to put work into the future of the game, which means that's exciting, right? Because normally with games, you'll notice if, let's just say if we were talking, I don't even want to say speculative, because if someone jumps in, they'll be all confused. So it's very exciting. They're putting lots of work into it. Let me answer any other questions here people have. Let's see. So the terms of the housing inventory, my personal bag vault, what exactly do I need to do to save, avoid losing transfer stuff? So usually it works the same way as transfers have always worked, but if you've never done them, I understand. Basically, if let's say you just transferred your character immediately, okay? Now, again, take what I say with a little grain of salt until Cordovan gives us more detailed information, but here's how it worked in the past from my memory, okay? So if you transfer your character, you go to a transfer screen, and I think I had a video on it in the past. I will probably make an updated one for you guys before this all happens with a guide on it, but or right when it happens, because I'll have to move if I move my character. We'll talk about that later. No one freak out about that. And again, to my kinship, don't freak out. Don't assume things early. Don't start doing stuff yet. I will give you direct communications on Discord, and we'll give you kinship mail in game, and we'll let you guys all know this stuff ahead. Okay, if or when or whatever. Okay, I don't want people freaking out or doing the telephone or miscommunication. I'll directly talk to you guys. I'll also make a video about it probably. But that'll be a week or 2 out, though, because we need more information for Cordovan first. Again, personal inventory, all that stuff. When you move a character, everything hooked to the character moves. So what that means is, let's talk about my main character, Zollin. If I moved Zollin to another server, what happens is everything in my inventory and his personal vault will move with him. If he has a house, what will happen is I will get housing rights if it's a premium home. I think with a regular house, you may... I think the money you spent, that just goes away, just like if you get rid of your house normally with a regular house. And then the stuff in the house should go to the housing broker with you. But I would recommend, just so you have your mind together when you do it, is you'd probably want to, if you're planning to move, you'd sell your house. Don't do that yet. Don't do that right now. It's too early for that. Just for everyone. If you're watching this stream right when I'm doing this, it's too early for that. But you would sell your normal house, right? And probably pack up your stuff in your vault or that kind of stuff. Now remember, if you're moving everything, there's also always an option that's separate called shared storage. This will move your wardrobe to the new server and will move everything in your shared storage to the new server. So think about your shared storage and your wardrobe as another person, okay? So they will move because of that button when you do transfers. Cordovan made that comment in his video, but that would be that. Again, your house, if you just moved without selling your premium house or whatever, or actually you might not even want to sell your premium house, because I think you just get rights automatically and you can use them to buy a new premium house when you move to the new server. So that's one thing. Kinships, basically what happens with a kinship, whoever the leader character is, when he moves the leader character, the kinship name will go away, and you will get a little thing in your inventory that says a rank 10 kinship with your name, and you'll right-click it on the new server and create your kinship again with that character. Now, if someone else made the kinship name, which really shouldn't be happening, let's not be doing that, community, okay? But if they didn't, you could talk to their customer service. Cordovan already talked about that and stuff. They can see if you have a rank 10 kinship with that name and someone just started a kinship with the same name that has, no players and is level 1, they're going to know that they grief took it or something, right? So don't worry about that too much. That really shouldn't be happening. Anyway, they will help you on that. They already said that. They're going to have their customer service with that if people need help with that with names too and things like that. I personally think there won't be really a lot of issues with the name stuff. I think most of the community is really great. I don't think there's going to be a lot of cross stuff because of the multiple servers, really, too much with that. But, I mean, again, that could be a little bit of a worry. I understand that. I had that same feeling, but once I watched Cordovan's video, I did not feel quite as worried about it. They seem like they're doing their very best to make that. They understand how that could cause a lot of stress or freak out, so they're being really good about that. So anyway, hopefully that answers your items with the personal vault, bag, things like that. So pretty much everything's going to come with you automatically when you transfer characters. The only thing you have to think about is possibly unloading your house if you want it to be less confusing. I'm pretty sure if you move with the house, it will still take all your stuff and put it in the broker in the new server. But I would, for safety, I would just take your own stuff out of your house. If it's a regular, normal house, not premium and stuff. But I would still just take it out and put it in your vault, your shared storage, your own character's inventory, because they'll all come with you when you transfer your character. Shared storage is only going to come with you if you transfer shared storage. That's a separate entity than your vault of your character and their inventory. Okay? Hello, Robert. Hello. Then I'm going to catch up here. Thank you again, Robert, for the super chat. That was very nice of you. Maybe I'll get my original name tune spelling back. See, this is a positive thing right here, because there's a lot of old names that have been locked away by someone who just made a name 10 years ago, and they don't even play the game anymore, right? They have a level 2 character that has maybe your original name when you transferred with that big transfer system, and you might be able to get your original spelling. Yeah, exactly. I actually have one character that maybe I can get the original spelling now, right? So that is a positive. There's going to be a lot of positive stuff on that. And again, their customer service is going to be on a lot of that stuff as well. So that's good. Thank you for liking the stream, by the way, guys. Appreciate it. And then, let's see. Chill out like him. Yes, like the penguin, Robert. Exactly. Hello, Nin. Welcome. Liked and subbed. First time here. Nice. Thanks, Barbara. I appreciate it. Can I bring my, char from a free server to VIP without losing anything? Glad into Angmar? No. So that's a good question. Angmar, Hayden, is going to be unchanged. So Angmar and Mordor will be unchanged. Just to clarify real quick, Mordor and Angmar are legendary 64-bit servers. Legendary meaning you have to be a VIP to be on them. These are going to be new servers that are going to come out. Let me just explain their names real quick. It's Glamdring is the new one that'll be out. It's not out yet. That'll be 64-bit. That's what they're wanting everyone to move to. And also Meriadoc, I believe it is, right? Which is Mary Brandybuck, and that'll be a role player server. These are NA. And then Europe is going to get Orcrust as their regular server. And then the EU server for the role-playing will be Peregrine, which is Pippin's kind of other name. We don't really hear very much in the movies. That'll be their role-play server for Europe. So those will be the new 64-bit. Angmar and Mordor, being American and NA and an EU server, will stay the same. Those servers progress over time. It'll be many years until they get to the end of those servers, as in how legendary servers work. Legendary servers are a progression going back through all the levels, and once they get to the end, people move their characters to normal servers. What we're talking about here is just normal servers, okay? So we don't have a 64-bit normal server or roleplay normal server yet. If that answers your question. That is what this whole conversation is, and why the world chat, I think, is getting a little bit like, about things, okay? Does that answer that question? I think that answers that pretty good. Anyone have other questions? Viva la Firefoot. Yes. Yes. Firefoot was my home world for like 7 years. So that was my world back when it was a very big server back in the day. Wow, back in the day I started playing 2008. I remember comments on how cool it would be if the game lasted long enough to get a place like Harad and Umbar. I'm so glad we're here. That is cool, isn't it? I do remember that. I remember the first day I rode up to Gondor after I'd been wanting to see Gondor for years. Yeah, it's crazy. Also say hello. Yes. Hello! You don't want to take a loss on writs by selling it before you transfer. Yeah, this is the thing with the premium homes. That comment is you may want to transfer with the house still intact with that character, because then you get the writs, I think, automatically to buy the next house. I don't think you'll get the full amount of writs if you sell it before that. So what I was talking about selling homes, I'm talking about the generic 4 homesteads, right? Right, we have the in-game homesteads, and then, oh, that was the wrong button I just clicked. Hold on. Oh, I just somehow deleted all of my chat. Give me a second here. What have I done? What in the actual world is happening here? Sorry, hold on. I clicked some button and it like erased all of my tabs. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't erase them all permanently. That would have been very annoying. All right. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, let's not do that. And besides, as a content creator, they're going to be like, no, we know whose kinship that is. But again, they Cordovin talked about with the names that they said that you know, if somebody's had a name for a long time, they can see that, right? That's a max level character and they've had this name forever, right? They know that that person was probably griefed or something, or someone took it by mistake or something like that. I'm going to just assume that the communities in LOTRO are on the good side, and it's probably a mistake if a name is taken or something like that. But still, they're going to be good about that. You can talk to their customer service. If you've had a character for max level for 5 years, or, you know, or you close to, you know, he said like over level 70, you know, you've been playing, you know, he's like, we'll make sure that everyone gets their names and stuff like that. He said there could be a problem if, you know, if 2 servers have 2 max level characters that have the same name. That could be a little bit of a problem, he was talking about, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think there's that many cross names even across the servers. I think that a lot of this kind of drama and feel of this stuff will be removed once most of us are on these 2 servers. Because, you know, if we're all on the same servers, a huge, massive world, not only will we be able to talk with everyone, now, could it cause, you know, could there be too many people kind of thing? I mean, maybe, but that's never really been an issue in LOTRO. Like, the issue for me personally has always been, I'd rather have more people, right? The world is huge. It's a huge MMO. It's a big place. So it'll be really exciting and fun. Remember, the game will still do dimensions, right? If someone's too many people in one spot, it'll split an area into a double dimension, you know, kind of thing. That you could, like, join someone else's if you join their fellowship, but just to keep it from having problems kind of stuff. But it won't need that as much, because the new 64-bit are going to be so much faster and so much faster processing. It's going to be very, very cool. Very exciting. We are fortunate on CrickHollow to have a great community. I worry about griefers on new servers. Will there be DMs to handle griefers? I'm assuming, since we're going to have just... I don't know the details yet on that with the DMs, but, like, it's kind of like a dungeon master is what he's saying, right? It's not direct message, just so everyone knows. I think they will probably have a lot more customer service based stuff to be able to focus in on. Because we're all mainly on 1 or 2 servers. I think it'll be awesome. Now, my thought pattern for me personally with my kinship, I have not decided yet. But we obviously, one thing you have to remember, if you are on an EU server, you're going to have to transfer to one of the EU servers because of this tag thing. They talked about it. They were really upset that they couldn't really do the cross thing. But if you already plan an NA server, you can only transfer to NA servers for this. It doesn't mean you can't still go over and make a character on the new server, right? But you won't be able to transfer an NA character to an EU server and vice versa. Okay? That's just a little side note that they were kind of... Their tech guy was like, I'm really bummed we couldn't get this to work. He said, but because of how the old tag system works on identifying people, there were copies of the same tags on all the older original servers. So, from EU versus NA. But again, remember, they are using technology. By the way, I feel very vindicated. I think that's the word, right? Vindicated? Yeah. I've been saying for years that LOTRO is going to use the new technology to fix the things that they couldn't fix slowly, right, in the past. And that is what they've been doing, right? The 64-bit tech and all this stuff they're doing is really thanks to their really hard work of the engineers and the fact that they have been putting in so much time and effort, but also new technology has made it where they could update things of an older technology, right? That's kind of a cool little side note. Let's hope SSG doesn't delete all the game's chat. Yes. Are you talking about like the custom chats that you can make? Because it's going to be a new server, so if you have like custom in-game chats, it's going to be like you transfer to a new server, so they probably wouldn't be kept. But I don't want to freak people out. I don't know that. Maybe they will. I don't know that information. I'm just making an assumption with that. I did read there will be a handling and griefing trolls. Yes, they will. They plan on having a stuff with that. Here's the thing. There's always... I think overall the Lord of the Rings online community is amazing. I think they do a fantastic job. We have very little trolls. Even on like... I know Arkenstone's probably the biggest population and people have told me there's some trolls there. I'm sure there are a couple trolls. But the bottom line is, I bet you 99% of Arkenstone are still an amazing community, and from the people I know there, they really are nice people. So this idea that, like, there more people might cause more problems, yeah, that's society in general, right? Like, that's the world. But I think more people together will be better for LOTRO than the other way around. I think it'll be a very positive thing. So, unless you're someone that's a really loner and you'd rather be the only person online. Like, I get that, but... This is an MMO, guys. It's supposed to be a massive online multiplayer game. I'm hoping to figure out where most of CrickHollow is going. That is a good question. I'm sure on the forums people will be talking about it. If you want to stay tuned with what, my plans will be later once I announce them. I have not said anything yet because I have no solid data besides what I told you from what Cordovan's video was on basic information. I don't have solid data on where I would, if I want to move our kin in a certain way. I want to talk to some of my leadership about it with our officers. I'm in mind thinking right now. I'm planning. I don't know what that's going to be like, but again, no matter what server you choose, no matter what server you plan, you're always welcome here on the channel Voice of the Rings. So, like and subscribe. Oh, you like that plug? Okay, and then, Yosin, I'm actually super excited to be able to run way more stuff. Yes, that will be something cool. I think it'll be good on both. My assumption for NA, I'm going to make assumptions for NA, is that I think the majority of players will probably go to Glamdring just because of the name. Glamdring is a far more recognizable name than Meriadoc, even though Meriadoc is, we know us... Lord of the Rings nerds here on LOTRO, we know what that is, but when people jump into LOTRO for the first time who just found the game, because we've been having that a lot as of late, they're probably going to end up picking Glamdring, because it's a more recognizable name for people who maybe just watch the movies or something. I know what that's, the sword, right? Meriadoc isn't really used that much in the movies and stuff, but again, that is purposeful too by the devs, because if you think about it, Meriadoc is going to be the roleplay server. Which, again, you have to remember, they said they're not going to, like, enforce it where, like, if someone has unless the name breaks their code, obviously, bad word or something, right? But if their name is fine, but it's like super role play, it's like, it's Bob the Builder, right? Some silly name like that. Watch 10 of you take that name now. But in the roleplay server, they're not going to like ban someone for that, right? With roleplay. But obviously, Glamdring will be the solid 64-bit main server, basically. And Meriadoc, this is for NA. And Orc Crust will be the main solid server for EU. And then the roleplay ones will be Meriadoc for, I think, NA. Take this stuff with a grain of salt. There's going to be some letter coming out for Cordovan soon. So I'm using my memory of the video I watched yesterday for an hour. Okay? And then Peregrine will be the roleplay server for EU. What will it be like? I personally, I would prefer to be on myself. I'm not talking about what I'm going to do in my kitchen yet. I prefer to be on the server with the most population. But I think both of them will have massive populations for NA and EU. I think that it's going to be so exciting for all of us because we're going to have people to play with constantly. There will be tons of, I'm sure the auction hall will be full of everything, the world chat, all that jazz. So it'll be really good. Orcrust and Gramjing are 2 NA. Orcrust is the EU server, from what Cordovan said yesterday. Glamdring is the NA server, 64-bit. So Glamdring, from what Cordovan said, unless I really got it wrong, but I'm 99% sure I have this right. Glamdring is the NA server regular. Meriadoc will be the American NA server roleplay. And then Orcrest will be the EU server normal 64-bit. And the Peregrine will be the 64-bit roleplay on EU. Peregrine took, okay? Or Pippin or whatever Pippin's other name was. So anyway, do people feel better now? I just wanted to help out with that. I'd like to do a little bit of exploring now here in Middle Earth. So, I will probably make a video on this more later, but again, I don't really need to because you could just go watch Cordovan's video because he's the guy you want to listen to anyway. They're the ones, right? Is it a possible Mordor slowly dies after announcements? I hope not. No, I don't think so. Because to explain that again, Mordor is the European server for Legendary, meaning it grows over time. Okay, I wish I had a picture to show you guys. Oh, I do. Let me show you a picture real quick. Hold on. I want to show you something. So this is really clear. Hold on. Let me explain it with information here. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, let me 1 second. I'm going to show you this. This will help everybody out. All right. So see this? Let's look at this real quick. This is the current worlds. The new ones are not going to be here yet, okay? We have right now there are the regular normal ones, okay? So legendary, the word legendary means they're progression worlds. These are the worlds that slowly reintroduce expansions. They're only ones you can play with VIP. So these 3 can only be played with VIP. These are not being planned to go anywhere until they're done. Legendary servers always, at the end, will be closed when they're finished progressing all the way to the end, and then their characters can move to a classic server or a regular server. The reason I don't like to use classic server is because World of Warcraft uses classic in the legendary term, so it confuses people. So regular servers, okay? Regular servers are Arkenstone, Gladen, these are all the US ones, right? CrickHollow, which is blocked slightly. Okay, there's CrickHollow, all right? And Brandywine, and then US Landreval, which is kind of like the roleplay server for our side. And then there's a French server. There's I think one of them is the German server, right? 2 of them. And then, yeah. So those are all the regular servers on top. So these servers on top, these are the ones that are going to be merged into 4 new servers that will be regular servers. They will have everything to the newest expansion right when they start. Okay? So the fact that the worry that will Mordor and Angmar lose their population, I don't think so. Because the people playing on Mordor and Angmar are the people that want to do the progression and the system. Also, Mordor and Angmar have a special system where monsters attack you in the night, right? That will not be on the new servers that come out, all right? So let's just so no one gets too worried about that or confused. So again, you can see them right here too. This is a little bit better layout, this lower one here, right? We have the US servers, right? And we have the EU servers and then the legendary servers, this box. These legendary servers aren't going anywhere. Basically what's going to happen is we're going to get 4 new ones on top of this. There's going to be 2 new American ones and 2 new EU ones. They'll be normal servers, all the expansions from the very beginning, 64-bit. So they're the new engine. All of these servers right here are all running on the 32 except for Mordor and Angmar. They're the new ones. They use them as kind of a test, right, to update all the servers over time. Treebeard is on, I think, the older 32-bit from what I remember. But yeah, so Mordor and Angmar are the 64-bit servers. All that means is 64 just means it's newer technology and it's faster. Don't confuse it for your brain. It's just faster technology. 64. Oh yeah, I played on Angmar. The 64-bit is noticeable, and I didn't think it would be, and it's noticeable. So I think it'll be very, very exciting in that way. Things just load faster. Trees in the distance when you're walking up. You know how sometimes they'll kind of appear? You see them like kind of appear. It almost takes you out of it. They're just there when you walk up in the 64-bit server. That for me was a big one. Trees appearing in the distance and bushes. They were just there. Like once you were in vision, there's a tree. There wasn't like this like phasing of trees and bushes when I played on Angmar. That was big for me right there. That for visual enjoyment. But of course the lag is also like not there, which is amazing. Is Glamdring and Orcrust for NA and EU? No. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit this. So, from what Cordovan said, Glamdring and Orcrust are going to be the non-roleplay servers, but one of them is EU, one of them is NA. Orcrust, I think, is the regular main server 64-bit that'll be in EU, and Glamdring NA is the American one. I hope I'm not misquoting that, but I am pretty sure since I watched the video yesterday. So those will be the normal ones, but EU, so Orcrest will be the EU one. Then there's going to be 2 roleplay ones that are 64, right? They're going to be regular servers too. But all that roleplay means is that it's a server dedicated to people that want to roleplay, act like they're in the world, you know, every second and things like that. It doesn't mean that people can't roleplay on the other servers, right? And vice versa. But it's just kind of to keep people to realize this is one for people who want to pretend like they're living in the world like that, right? Because that's what we're having fun with. I mean, I do that even on the non-roleplay server. I have fun like we're in Middle-earth. Let's go sit down and have lunch, you know, that kind of thing. I think that's fun. That's part of Lord of the Rings Online, the experience, right? It's kind of escaping into Middle-earth. I'm hungry now. Sorry, Durin. Sorry. Zollin's got the names right. Thank you. Sweet. Good to know. Good. Thank you for backing me up and checking that. The 64-bit is super pretty. Yes. There's not a whole lot of graphical updates happening with 64-bit, like texture-wise and things, but the loading speeds are going to make it seem better, just because of what I explained a minute ago. There's got to move more than 11 of us watching this. Smash the like button and help Zollin. That would be great. Thank you. Took a break from shoveling snow. Oh no. Nom nom nom. All right, yeah. So anyway, does anyone else have any other questions that you guys need answers to? If not, we're going to explore Middle-earth a little bit today. So we are here in the beautiful land of, I believe it is, well, it's the Wells of Langflood, but it's basically the Vales of Anduin, okay? Here by Bjorn's hut. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ride us around here. I will answer any other questions as we go, but we're going to explore Middle-earth here. So up there is the beautiful little hobbit village, basically where Gollum was from, right? Kind of things like that. We're going to go ahead and there's the giant beautiful fortress over there. We're going to go ahead and start riding down the hill here, and we'll start exploring Middle-earth. When we move to the new servers as an elf, can we keep the dwarves off the new server? Oh, what, you asking a dwarf that right now? I can't get the joke though. Oh man, do you know dwarf is actually the least played role though in Lord of the Rings Online? That's a good one though. You got a giggle out of me. The old classic one. It's been a joke in Lord of the Rings Online with the dwarf thing since the very beginning of the game. I remember, and I was a little child at the time when I played. I was that little kid in this game playing where like all the adults were like, I was good at the game, but I was a little kid, and I just remember people being like, they'd be like, "Oh, Zollin's here. Okay, don't say anything bad. Remember, he's just a kid." It's a fun memory. What's up, Jardith? Hello. So anyway, I hope that helps everyone at ease. Again, I'd be happy to answer other questions. I'm very excited. Thank you for liking the stream, guys. It's fun to get 30 likes that early in the stream. It's great. Again, if you are here and you got to get going, I totally understand. But here on Lord of the Rings, Voice of the Rings channel, right? I'm definitely a Tolkien Lord of the Rings channel, so I cover a lot of different things, but we heavily cover LOTRO. So I would definitely consider myself a LOTRO streamer too, because we do so much. And we do have a kinship. We play on the server CrickHollow at this time. I'm not going to say anything yet on plans on moving to other servers, okay? So let's just, right now, I'm on server CrickHollow. So if you want to play right now with us, and we have a lot of fun, and we take all different levels. I will take people who have tons of experience, would be great, and people who just started the game, just as great. You guys are welcome to join us. We already have a couple really good leadership and stuff as well, and it's a lot of fun. So we do lots of Lord of the Rings stuff here. We like Lord of the Rings. All right, let's see here. Beautiful, beautiful lands here. Also, is my filter on for... Oh, whoops. It's probably like really quiet there. The sounds will be a little louder now for you. All right, there we go. There we go. Now you can hear the sound effects. All right, we're gonna explore through the lands here. I'm debating on which way I kind of want to go to explore these beautiful areas today. I think we might head south. I think we're gonna head south. Yeah, we're gonna go through the flooded fells, and then we'll head down to like Bjorn's area, and then maybe like check out. It's a really pretty trip going south in this area. So that's what we're gonna do today. That's where we're gonna travel on our pack trip. If you're wondering what the pack trip meme is, by the way, it's not a meme, but basically, if you're a horse person, pack tripping with mules or horses is going up in the mountains and exploring, right? I love the fog effect in this area. It's so cool. It's basically going on a trip. I used to do it in real life with some people who owned a pack station, my basically family friends in the Sierra Nevadas. So that's North America, West Coast. Sierra Nevadas is a mountain chain, just so everyone is on the same page. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's so cool. Can name? Yes, we are Voice of the Rings. If you'd like to play with us, we have Voice of the Rings. Whee! There it is, the glorious mountains. Beautiful. Well, I won't wear music. All right, let's see if I can get some better visuals for you guys. I'm gonna ride down this way. Into the swamp. This game is the best. LOTRO is this massive immersive world. I'm really excited about the updates coming with the servers. I think that we're making some serious progress as a community, and obviously the devs are doing an amazing job. It's very exciting. For me, I'm excited because what this means too is that we've got LOTRO for at least 10 years. if they're putting in the work, right, to do something like this, we can all be confident that the game is healthy, it's doing good, it's got a good population, that kind of stuff. I already knew that. I've been telling people that, but still, some people wouldn't believe me. They're like, "Yeah, Zollin, I don't think so." And I was like, I think the game's doing great. Look at that beautiful view. Look at the fortress in the clouds. Look at the fortress up there. Isn't that cool? That's really cool, isn't it? Yeah, LOTRO is absolutely gorgeous. That's why I started my tour series, and I also started these pack trip series. Because I'm like, for me, one of my favorite things to do in Lord of the Rings Online is explore. Just explore the world. Because it's just and now with a lot of the updates, because you guys, the 64-bit servers are kind of an accumulation of all of the work they've been doing. right, in this game for the last 5 or 6 years. Because if you haven't noticed, I have as a player, but look at that bridge, how pretty that bridge is. The game has been getting less laggy for years for me. Like, I rarely have any lag on the 32-bit servers at all now, but it's even better on the 64. And because they've been adding new technologies, the 64 is going to expand their ability to do even more with the game. And it's going to be very exciting. And I think it's been really fun to have the communities all together. My biggest complaint has always been, like I told you at the beginning, the fact that we don't have, we can't play together. Like if someone's like, oh, I can't play with you because I'm on this server. You know, that kind of thing. Like, I'm almost in the boat where I almost think maybe they should have just done, you know, one server. But I understand why they did the one roleplay server for each area. I also really understand why they did Europe for Europe in case for less ping and stuff. But again, with the 64-bit, I bet you if anyone from Europe wants to play this on the NA server, I bet you it's still going to be way less lag and way better with the new 64-bit speeds and the new server banks and stuff. And vice versa. Obviously, someone wants to play on the European server from NA. But I just want to make sure everyone who's here on the channel, because I have many wonderful friends who are subscribers here on the channel who are from EU, that you guys are still totally welcome to come play with us on NA. I want as many people. I still want to make a group that's dedicated to an EU time to play, like do raiding and stuff. So, but our kinship's still growing. We're at like 60 people who play pretty actively. But I want to get to the point where, you know, we have probably like 10 or 15 that are from like EU time that play with us. So we'll just, you know, someone wants to lead at a time. I obviously guess I could lead at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I guess I could, but, you know, sometimes I get a little tired. I only slept like 3 hours last night, but Zollin needs some sleep. A total hello. I'm sad on the PvP players because they don't get to transfer their monsters yet, Antol. That's yet. They do plan on being able to let them, I believe, transfer their monster play characters. But I don't take my word for it entirely yet, because again, Cordovan has not put out the exact detailed information. I'm pretty sure they will have people transfer their monster player characters, because if they put a lot of work into their monster player characters, they should be able to transfer them to the new server. Just like you could transfer monster player characters originally from another server to another server. So I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to now. So I think they will be able to, it just won't be immediate. So like we're gonna have regular characters from the, you know, our characters, free to play, the free peoples. They'll transfer first, and then later I think they're going to open it up for monster play transfer. I don't think they're planning on just not letting them transfer at all. That's not what Cordovan said in his video. So I don't think that's something to be sad about. I think it'll be just fine. Nin, maybe we can put the dwarves onto their own server that is underground. They'd like that. Yeah. No, that's just we just go play Return to Moria, guys. I'm just kidding. You want to play underground? Look at this beautiful area. Oh my gosh, look at these mountains. Look at that. Look at the sun and the birds. It's glorious. I'm not sure. Cordovan made a comment that it might make it worse. They're not going to LA, they're going to Las Vegas. Antol. So LA is all the way onto the west coast. Las Vegas is not quite that far. It's Nevada, right? Yeah, Nevada. It's at the bottom of Nevada. Nevada is the state right to California in North America, and I'm in California. Oh, look at that beautiful view right there. So I don't know. I don't know how bad it'll be. I'm really hoping it won't be. So one thing that with them moving the servers, I was a little bit like, I hope that there's not a division that happens too much between EU and NA. I really like it that we can play with each other on the two continents. And remember, we do have these things under the ocean that are fiber optic cables that can send a signal at the speed of light, which you could get, you know, a signal somewhere in less than a millisecond anywhere on the planet. So as long as you have that. The problem is it's not those cables that are the issue, right? The issue is the server being slow, or your computer being slow, or your router in your house is slow, or somewhere in your town there's a bad connection to somewhere in the rest of the world that's slower than the rest. Those are the things that slow down signals, just so everybody knows, right? That's, you know, that's how it works. If everything was direct fiber optic cables, it doesn't matter where you are on the planet, your ping would be 2. You know what I mean? It wouldn't matter. The reason ping gets higher and higher is because there's certain bottlenecks in the system, right? So the fact that the servers will be so much faster, Antal, with the new 64-bit, and also where they're putting it, Las Vegas has very, very fast connections because it's a far newer city than other places that the servers were before. So the direct connection, I don't know where it'll be. It may not be that much slower, but we'll see because there's still connections in between, right? So there might be some connections in the middle of North America that make it slower ping. So that could be the case, right? Cordovan was clearly a little bit, he gave that as a don't hold your breath, it might be worse, right? But he didn't necessarily say outright, yeah, it's going to be horrible and worse, so play on your own servers. He didn't say that. So let's definitely not blow it out of proportion yet until we know. I might even make a character on the EU server just to check it out and see how bad, if the ping is really bad for me or something, right? Just for a test. Look at that. There's the Karak. It's where in The Hobbit they met the eagles, right on top. The eagles live right up there on those mountains on the right up there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the speed matters more as resolution goes up. It's a ton of data. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And they did make a comment that they haven't done it yet, but they would like to work on. He said they're trying to work on 60 on a 4K UI. So obviously, I tell you guys this all the time. The UI looks fantastic and works great on 2K. When you bring it up to 4K, it's real small, right? That kind of thing. But ooh, rich iron deposit. I will thank you very much. Yeah, but just so we all understand, though, how much faster 64-bit is than 32-bit, it's like exponentially faster. So really what it comes down to with the servers being moved over to Las Vegas is if that moving makes a lot more ping versus the discrepancy of how fast the server is itself. I think the fact that the server is going to be, you know, tenfold faster than it was before, in and of itself will make ping way less. Now, will it be enough to compensate for it moving to Las Vegas? Yeah, I don't know. For EU players playing on the NA server, I don't know that. I couldn't possibly know that. Really, none of us can know that for sure until we test it, unless we were someone who knew every single connection from Las Vegas to somewhere in Europe, right? Wherever you're playing from. We just don't know that until we actually try it wherever you are, right? There might be some people in EU, they have almost no lag at all. It's perfect. There might be someone else with another connection area in Europe that has horrible ping because of it. I don't know that. I'm just, these are all assumptions, right? Couldn't possibly know that. I just know my basics on that stuff. You also have to remember, in Lord of the Rings Online, this is a game that doesn't need nearly as good ping as like a shooter or League of Legends, right? Like one of those games. You need instant ping, right, in those games, or you will just lose, right? It's impossible to play. LOTRO, you don't want to be lagging, which again, the lag might not be there, but you might still get an occasional, you know, you'd probably be fine with certain things in areas. Wow, look at how pretty that is. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Also, why is my... I'll bring this up just slightly. That is gorgeous, isn't it? So I don't know any of that yet, Antol. But again, remember, you know, if you already play on the NA servers with us, you have to transfer your character anyway to an NA server. You won't be able to transfer to an EU server. So just transfer your NA characters to the NA servers, whichever one you pick of the two. And transfer your EU characters to your EU servers, whichever the two you pick, right? So it's not like it's going to be that hard of a decision. The only main decision you guys are going to have to make is if it's your characters on an NA server, you're going to have to choose either the Glamdring or the Meriadoc roleplay. Those will be the two to choose. If you decide to even move. In the future, they do want everybody to try to move. But And if you're on an EU server, you're going to have to transfer to Orcrust or to Pippin something. What is it called? Peregrine? Peregrine, right? Like Peregrine Took. Basically, they're like full names, Pippin and Merry. All right, let's continue on here. Oh, look at, we got a little stream here. I like this effect. Like, it's not great, but the fact that they just put it here, like it's a little trickle stream. So in the Sierra Nevadas, there's a spot that I know where I always go on this one trail that I like. It has a stream that's just like this. Just a little trickle stream. It just always trickles through. It's this little tiny river. It's always there. It's crazy. I'm still trying to be optimistic. This should be, everything about this should be a positive. The only thing that could be a little stressful is the name thing. That's like the only thing. I really don't think if you play on, if you're EU and you play on an NA server, I don't think it's going to make the ping astronomical from that distance change. I don't think so with the newer technology. It could, but I don't really think it will, personally. I decided I'd kill these wargs. But we will see with all that stuff. I think that 64-bit is going to make such a huge difference with ping and lag anyway, that I think that distance will be irrelevant. But we'll see. I could be totally wrong on that. I could be totally wrong, but I just don't think it's worth worrying about. What'd you say? Let me catch up real quick on what you guys are saying here. Yeah, there's an issue with transferring monster player characters because monster players don't have a character slot system like characters do. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, I mean, obviously, they're gonna have to think of something, because if someone has a rank 15 monster player character, they're gonna have to maybe basis by basis give people their new characters, give them the rank. They might have to do that, right? Like, they're gonna have to do something with that, because clearly some people who put all their, it's a small percentage of us, but there are a group of people who did monster play a lot and have really high ranked characters on monster play. I mean, one of mine is rank 5. I mean, I spent time doing it. So I'm hoping maybe they'll figure out something to do with that, if that is an issue. But again, Cordovan hasn't even put out any information written yet on it. We just have the video that I told you guys you should watch later after this. Don't forget to like this stream, though. All right, we're gonna just keep going down this southern road. We're gonna follow the sun, even though it's going down. That's an impossibility. We'll not be able to catch it. If we were an internet signal on a fiber optic cable, we'd be able to catch it. Look at this beautiful. So you notice how the trees are spawning in the distance, and the bushes and shaders and stuff. You see those? You see that happening? That like never happens on 64-bit servers. So when I was playing on Angmar, so I'm very excited to do tours once we're on those kind of servers in the future. Again, to my kinship, please don't do anything until I give information. The one thing that can be a little stressful with any stuff like this is people just jumping the gun and like going, oh, I'm gonna move! And they just move to a random server, and then they find out, you know, their kinship or something went to a different server. Don't do that. Just wait. I'll make sure to get the information out to everybody. Look at that beautiful sunset. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So he's, yeah, exactly, Adol. It probably won't be as bad as what EU plays on a 32-bit right now. I think it will be better either way, even with the servers being in a different spot. I think it'll be better. That's just my guess. Oh, I see what you're saying, Barrelblog. You're saying on multiple servers. Oh, with the monster play. Well, that's not that big of a deal, right? You're saying if someone, for example, had a warg, one server has rank 2, and then another server they have a rank 5 warg, then they're gonna have to pick which one they bring. They'll just pick the rank 5 warg, right? They'll lose a name, right? But I see what you're saying. That's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is for some people. I mean, I'm sure it is for some people who like play PvP on every single server or something. But I mean, I think what really comes down to is no matter what, you just pick your highest ranked one and then pick the name you want, because you could just rename it, right? That's so, look at it, beautiful view, beautiful river there. Let's see. The day I see 2,000 people on Warsteed on Minas Tirith with 0 lag. When I say the game has no lag, yeah. Oh my gosh. The Warsteed with 2,000 people. The Warsteed is pretty fun. Will be pretty fun on the 64-bit. The thing is, we haven't seen the Warsteeds on the 64-bit yet because the Legendary servers are just hitting. They just got Moria expansion. Steeds come out with Rohan, the Warsteeds. So we're going to see that with the new servers. We're now in Wood's Edge. All right. So basically, the accruing the 4 main 34-bit servers into one 64-bit, and that's not quite right, Kai. So it's going to be, there's 5 main NA servers, and there's 4, I think, for EU right now. I think didn't I have that up a second ago? Here. Okay. Legendary servers will not be touched. Ignore them. All right. North American servers, there's 5. EU servers, there's 5. All right. Basically, what's going to happen is there's going to be 2 additional North American servers and 2 additional EU servers. And these 5 will merge into their respective servers. So NA servers will go into either Glamdring, which isn't here yet, or Meriadoc, which is the roleplay version of 64. There'll be those 2. Glamdring will be the normal 64 server. And then they're both normal servers, just one's roleplay. Okay? That's what this RP means here, these things. Okay? And the EU servers will move into either Orcrust, their main 64 server, or they will move into the roleplay Peregrine. Okay? The Legendary servers will not be touched. They will still continue on going normal. Okay? Does that answer your question, Kai? So it's more like 5 NA servers being merged into 2 NA servers, and 5 European servers being merged into 2 European servers. Both of them being 64-bit. Just one of them is roleplay, one of them is a regular generic. But they're both going to be max level right when they start. They're going to have all the expansions, both of them. They're regular servers. They will not be closed in the future. They are going to be the new standard. The new standard. Okay? That's what's going on. Durin says, yeah, the first bottleneck is the undersea cables. If you don't have to go through New York, and the population is, you get to the Las Vegas a lot faster. Yeah, that's true. That is true, yeah. Though, you know, when those undersea cables are getting broken, that could be annoying. 64-bit. Yes, elf friend, it should be pretty cool. So we are gonna be getting, basically, we're gonna get to Lothlórien, I think, in this stream. Oh, who's this? Hello there, wee free folk. I had a feel. For a second, I thought someone was coming to hang out with us. I don't mind normally if people want to hang out and run around in the stream. Usually when tours, I kind of like just want to explore the world and show everyone slowly. But look at that. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I love the art style in this game. I think it's so cool. This game looks awesome. I just downloaded it. Do you have any tips for new players? Yes, Cap. Yes. I have many guides. Some think are too many. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I tried to make the Lord of the Rings meme joke, but I didn't do it right. I have a bunch of guides if you need them on the channel. But basically, you know, right now, just so you know, there's going to be some big updates. But choose a server you like. We play on the server CrickHollow if you want to play with us. But in the future, we may be on one of the new updated servers, the 64 bits. But I will have videos on that later. I think the tip for the game is enjoy the game, follow the storyline, because the storyline is wonderful. Take your time while you level. The adventure and the trip is like what's so fun about the game. Sure, endgame is great and all, and it is good. But like this game is really revolves around the experience of the travel and the trip, and you know, and the community is really fun. So when it comes to picking your class, just pick a class that you feel like you would enjoy. Do you like shooting magic? Do you like being a melee tank? Do you like using an axe, a sword? Do you like being an archer? Do you like pets? That's what you like to think about. The Guardian, what I'm playing right here is they're a tank and DPS class. Oh, I need that. One of my pages for the deed. I guess I never got. If you want to be a lore master, they're a little more complicated, but they have pets and they shoot magic and they're like crowd control characters. Hunters are the classic archer crossbow, blow people up kind of thing. You can get like a champion is the dual wielding monster. Burglar is what it sounds like. You're a stealthy assassin. The Runekeeper is shoot lots of lightning bolts and fire, heal people. A Minstrel is you scream at people, shoot beams of light, or you're the main healer. You play a lot of instruments. And there's also the Warden. They're a very complicated class. I think they're the most complicated for memory-wise. They use a spear and javelins and a shield. Yeah. Thanks for all the calming info. Sure, Dingo. Of course. I appreciate you leaving the comment on the stream. I hope that it helps everybody out a little bit. It is a little bit stressful. I get it. Like, I mean, I heard about it and I was like, for a moment as well. But after I listened to Cordovan's video, I felt a lot better that it's all a good thing. They were a little bit bummed about like naming. They wish they could just copy paste everyone's stuff over, but it just doesn't work with the old tech. They want people to choose to move the data. They also don't want to move over 100,000 characters that aren't played, right? Because there's a lot of people that remember this game has had millions of characters made over the last 17 years. It doesn't mean there's that many people playing right now as in players. There's a lot. There's like, you know, we have anywhere between 50,000 active players up to 150, 200,000 sometimes, depending on certain expansions. And we're growing as a game right now. I say us, being all of us who play it, but I'm not in charge of it. I just make a lot of content on it. But it's growing a lot in that area, but they don't want to just copy paste a bunch of names too that are not ever going to be used. They're just holding places, right? So they want people that move to be the active player community that's right now with the new servers. Nice. See, and that's a fun, so that's a cool thing too, right? So one thing is there's a big population on the server. I play on CrickHollow, on Gladen, on Arkenstone for NA, that kind of stuff. It will be exciting to see kind of everybody together on the new servers, because there's only going to be 2 instead of 5. So no matter what, both populations will be large. I anticipate that Glamdring will be much larger than Meriadoc the roleplay server, just because Glamdring is a little bit more of a famous name, and also since it's a classic regular server, most of the NA servers are just normal servers. They're not, only one of them is a roleplay server. So I think that will cause people to want to just all mostly go to Glamdring. We'll see with what my kinship does later. I'm going to plan on that. But I think there will be a ton of people on Meriadoc too. I think no matter what, the population will be bigger on these 2 than the other 5 were individually. Except for like maybe Arkenstone. They have a really big population. It might technically... I don't know. We'll see. And remember, you could always roleplay on either of the servers, and you could always do regular stuff on either of the servers. They're not going to, like, dox you for doing, like, a silly name or something that's, you know, on the roleplay server, even though they recommend that you do a roleplay, you know, you're acting it out. And have fun, that kind of way. Also, can I see, is this a good view of Lothlórien right here? We just made it to Lothlórien, I think. I've never been in this spot. Oh, look at that, it's Lothlórien! We've made it, you guys, to Lothlórien. Glorious. Interesting. I didn't know there was like this ridge all the way along up here. It's really cool. I've never been in this connection spot yet. I think I might have ran through once on the path possibly, but I've never like stood here on this ridge. It's really cool. All right. Look at that. The great forest of Lothlórien. Ooh, ore. Alright guys, we've made it to the forest of Lothlórien. Beautiful. Oh, what's that? It's a very pretty white hawk. I have no idea right now what it's going to be. That's why, again, I was telling people not to really worry about it yet. Cordovan plans on putting out an information in the news and stuff, and once that letter is out, I will most likely make a video about it. A LOTRO update video, and then I will probably do, I might even do a stream in a few weeks with more Q&A kind of stuff. Why is that raven up there? Just chilling. Must be from a quest. I don't remember. Wow, we're just in the beautiful forest, right under the mist. It's really cool. Lothlórien is so cool. Absolutely beautiful. I think we're gonna ride over to the front area of the location here. And just so you guys know, today I'm gonna be doing a lot of streams. So if you guys want to see the game Return to Moria, I'll be doing that in like 2 hours after we have fun here for a little longer. And then I will also be doing another stream later tonight. Well, Kinship, we're going to be doing a Raid-tacular night. We're going to be doing some raiding. I think we're going to be taking on the Storm Dragon Tier 2 again. I think that's what I'm planning on doing. Look at all these flowers. These are all kind of added later, mechanically, into the game. Again, a lot of these visual... Oh, look, it's a boar. A lot of these visual updates are going to look even better with the loading speeds of 64. There's just so many things that you... Like, again, if you notice, when I'm walking around in this game right now, if you'll notice, even though it's gorgeous and looks 10 times better than it did 10 years ago, you'll notice things will load in the distance, and certain lightings and things will just kind of, like, load in. Which, it's not, like, super noticeable, but if you've been playing the game long enough, you'll kind of be able to notice it. With certain things where you go in different areas. That just doesn't happen on the 64-bit servers. It's going to make a really big difference visually, and I think people are going to be surprised. And of course, we'll get used to it and forget about it in 1 week, because that's us with humans, right? We're like, the next best thing, oh, look at how cool this is! And then we're like, yeah, it's fine. A week later. You just forget how awesome it is. I do that, like, with my phone now. I have such a good phone, and I try to remember back with how annoying my old phone was with being laggy and slow and stuff. And I'm like... Yeah, it is nice. Like, I still remember it, but it's like that first feeling of the difference of using, like, a fast device versus a device you've been using for years that was really slow. It's a good feeling. Oh, look who it is! It's Meriadoc! Brandybuck! It's Mary! Also, again, will be the North American roleplay server that comes at 64-bit. I was not planning to meet you here, Mr. Meriadoc. But it is nice to see you, sir. Here, just do this. The roleplay. Hello, sir. Oh, we can do the mirror reflection. All right, we are going to continue on to the great city of Lothlórien. Oh, look at it in the trees over there. It's so cool to see it when you come up. Now entering Karis Galahon. Look at the stars here. That's awesome. Do you see how the trees all just loaded in? You see that? That doesn't happen on the 64-bit server. That'll be fun. Because again, I can tell you right now, it's definitely not my computer, and it's definitely not my internet speed, because it's crazy. So that loading happening at that distance, even though, by the way, I mean, it's loading better. I'm sure some of you are laughing at me and going, Zollin, mine's worse than that. Yours looks fine. Yeah, I'm sure, but you know, that's going to happen. But 64-bit is going to make it where that rendering speed, those will just be there in vision. Like, no matter what, at your vision limit, you're still going to get some things, but the way it loads on the 64-bit, it's just there when it appears. So it doesn't look chunky. It's like I'm not talking like that. It's just like when you walk in the distance, it's there because it loads so quickly and so perfectly that you don't notice the appearing, right? It's just there when you get there in vision. So and also, I bet you because it's 64-bit, I wonder if they'll be able to push the distance technology even a little bit more. We'll see. I don't think they're planning on having that right when it starts, but you're still going to notice stuff that's going to look better. Now, one thing that I was wondering about is, were they just going to update the 32-bit servers to 64 originally? But it makes sense why they're not. They just want a fresh start with the best technology, the newest technology, because trying to update old technology to keep something running with newer updates usually ends bad. As someone who's built many computers, it's very hard to put new computer parts into a computer that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 15 years old. It's almost impossible. Usually it's best to just start fresh with the brand new system, and then you could build up from there with new technology. Here we are. We have Elrohir and Eladin, the sons of Elrond, and the sisters, excuse me, their sister is Arwen. They're not sisters. Their sister is Arwen, and they're the brothers to Arwen. All right. Well, can we go? We can go inside the great tree here. Hello, sir. Will you let me in, Mr. Gladrim Guard? Does he have a... Oh, tell me about Careth Galahad.
What business have you with the Lord and Lady?
It is the city of Lon Celeborn and Lady Gladriel... Celeborn, excuse me. Of Lorien, the hidden realm of the Sylvan Elves. Few only are permitted to walk in its paths. Oh, well, thank you. But, are you saying I can go in? Yeah. Alright, I've already done the quest to get in here. Thank you again for the Lambus, my friend. Oh yeah, of course, anytime. Did I give him Lammas? I don't remember giving him Lammas, guys. That had to have been like 14 years ago in real life. I don't remember that at all. It's not there. There's no memory of... I have no memory of this thing. How are you enjoying Karis Galadrim's all? Well, we're doing just good. We're having a very nice tour today. How are you? Oh, very nice. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, thank you for reminding them. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's look around inside this city. Dude, look at this place. I haven't been in here in a long time, and it's definitely gotten some visual updates since I've been here last. Like, the textures on the trees are better. Some of the wood textures are better. The leaves are about the same. But, yeah, no, definitely they've updated the textures of the woods. The trees and the buildings look a lot better. Let's get up into one of the trees. Fly my... Oh, look, another player! Hello! Who's this? Alright, that's who it is. That's one thing I'm excited about. I've been telling people too, like, oh yeah, I run into people all the time when I'm just exploring random places. And I do, all the time. But that's going to be even more the case once we get... Oh, goodness. Who did this? Who built this? Oh, Elven music. Turn it up. Oh, it's the elves singing. Oh, there's another player down there. There's another one. Wow, look at that. I hate going up these trees. Ah! Okay, there we go. We made it at the top. Ah! We're now in the great branches of the trees, everyone. Can I go up there? Cool. Hello down there! He turns around and walks the other way. Hey! Don't ignore me! Come back here! He's like, ah, oh, dwarves. They're too friendly. No, just kidding. Yeah, loads are better in 64-bit, absolutely. It's on top of the cliff. It'll help with the dormant character cleanup. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. The new server switch, it will. And that's why they don't want to just port millions of characters to the new server, because there are character names and accounts that will never be turned on again that have been dormant for 10 years, right? They don't want that. You know, someone might have a character name and they lost their account info and they don't even know they have an account anymore and they made a new one, right? Things like that will also help with the new, everyone kind of moving to the same big server, because they can eliminate that. Wow, look at that. Pugs asks, which area theme do I like the most? I mean, I really like Evendim. I'd love a little bit of visual texture updates in Evendim and loading distances, which might help with the 64-bit server, we'll see. But I really like Evendim. Or Evendim. Depends on how people say it. Some people say it different. Yondershire is really pretty. But I also I really like Evendim, and I definitely like the Vales of Anduin. This whole area, just the aesthetic, because it reminds me of somewhere I go in real life all the time in Sierra Nevadas. It has a very similar feel. Also, interestingly enough, with the Sierra Nevadas, you're on the east side, so with the side I go to, which means the mountain's on the left side like this too. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the reason I like it. Obviously, my home is also here in Linsby, which I really enjoy. Let's see. Can I get up in any higher spot here? You really can kind of like travel all around in these buildings. Oh. I can get up higher. Acha! Trying to click it. Did it work? Oh, there it goes. I have not yet finished my letter. Really? You're still working on that letter? You've been working on that letter for like 15 years, lady. I know you're an elf, but you gotta finish it up. Chop chop. Thank you again for recovering all the pages to my letter, Zollin. Oh, yes, you're welcome. I don't remember that. These NPCs keep telling me thanks, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that. Alright, I do sometimes like to not have music on in the game and just hear the effects of the game. The creaking sound on the boards. We go down, we should go up to the main tree, the highest point. Let's go to the main tree. Ow. Ow. I broke my leg, that hurt. Can I just fall down the hole? Is that possible? No, okay, you can't. That'd be funny if you just don't click it, you just like, ah, it just falls out down the hole. That'd be pretty funny. Let's go say hello to Lady Galadriel. The real Lady Galadriel. Tolkien Lady Galadriel. Alright, am I on the right tree? Many visitors have come seeking the refuge of the lady. Okay, is this the lady's tree, though? I'm assuming since she said that I'm on the right tree. It's quite challenging to get up this tree. There we go, I made it. Am I at the right tree? Oh, this is the tree that has all the crafting and stuff on it.
Greetings to you.
Greetings, sir. Greetings to you. His voice, I love that voice.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. Hello there. I'm not at the right tree. No, I'm definitely not. It's the big middle one right there. So, whee! Ow. Alright, here's the great tree that they live in. I loved Lothlórien in the movies. Peter Jackson's movies were awesome seeing it. They did a really good job making it feel really big, too. If I can make one complaint about, I don't want to go into the subject very much, but the Amazon Rings of Power series, is that a lot of the staged areas felt very small. Where, like, in Lord of the Rings, I mean, in Peter Jackson's movies, all the staged small areas felt like they were in a very large, big place. I don't know why that was. It must have been, like, the technique and what they did with the filming and the, like, the stage setup, you know? The set. That's the word I'm looking for. The set. I like how they just drape these lights over the tree. Oh, well... That's not where I wanted to be. But we'll use it as a chance. Look at this beautiful view. Oh! Oh, pretty. Who's that? Celeste. Celeste chest. Guys, he's got a Celeste chest. Is that a moth? Look at the moth right there. Hello down there, soldiers. Another player. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. I wasn't expecting to see this many players in this older area, but here we are. So I just fell down off the tree, so I'm supposed to go back over here to get up. Does look quite nice, doesn't it? Thank you for liking the stream, guys. I appreciate it. We actually hit 40 likes, which is pretty early to hit 40 likes with my average, I should say. I've hit 40 likes sooner than this before, technically, but on average. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the support. You'd be surprised how much that actually supports the channel. I did not realize until I started seeing the statistical data on my videos with people liking or not liking, and how, like, YouTube would push it out to show more people. It, like, won't show people. It's so funny how that works. But the algorithm is weird. I don't try to figure it out anymore. I just make videos and streams. Look at that. Oh, I love the cages, how they come up over around the tree. Also, it's interesting how they built it to the tree where they, like, don't damage the tree. Well, I mean, maybe not, but it's neat how it's, like, inserted into the tree. But you can tell they didn't, like, cut the tree or anything. Well, I guess here it looks like they cut the tree, but they just, you know, I'm talking about, like, down here. Like, they're, like, connected. I wonder how they must, I mean, the elves probably know a way to do it without damaging the tree, right? The House of Celeborn. The Flat Runner. Oh, there they are. It is no easy thing to look into my mirror. You're just too beautiful? No, I'm just kidding. Give her a bow. So where are my 3 strands of hair? I'm just kidding. None for you. Oh. Celeborn's like, I'm right here. Just kidding. But anyway, yes, there. Group picture, guys. With their characters. I could be an imposter. You guys ready? A lot of you are like, oh no. Well, know what, I just said that. And poof! Haha! I am now Galadriel as well. How is this possible? Galadriel's running away, guys! You want to see the silliest jump? Doing! Doing! I'm sorry, I'm like slap silly right now. Oh my gosh. Alright, can we please get more likes? Oh, thank you, Barra. I appreciate it, yes. I mean, you guys did lots of likes. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. All right, I'm just like being silly. If anyone's got more questions about the 64-bit, I'd be happy to answer some more. We did like 45 minutes at the beginning of the stream, but I understand some people hopped in later. So like this is where like if I was hiding, just like, oh gosh, that's hard. I can't. Oh, there, perfect. No one will ever know I was here. The feet. Looks like there's like a mirage happening. Oh my gosh. It's actually slightly different pose, which is interesting. Hers is a more regal pose. Mine is a more like generic. I'm just standing there. Alright, anyway, I'm done. I'm done trolling them. If I was role-playing, I obviously wouldn't do this because it'd be disrespectful, but we're not role-playing right now. Okay, now we'll role-play. My lady, it is an honor to see you once more. There we go. And you too, Lord Celeborn. Alright, we're off. Whee! What's up, B? How come you can do a legendary weapons quest on legendary servers just hit level 45? So that's actually, you can do that in regular servers too. You can, you should be able to do it at level 45 is when you can start the quest. So Hayden, you have to go to the Moria and start the intro quest. And then it gets you to going to the legendary servers, I believe. Or no, actually, I don't even think you have to do the intro quest anymore, do you? I think wait. I'm trying to remember if you have to have Secret of Deep Places done for that one or not. Gosh, it's been a long time. I'm not 100% sure on that right now. I'll have to double check. I'm sure you could just look it up on the LOTRO wiki too for that. Guys, I have a lot of knowledge of this game, but there's a lot, and I can't keep it all in my head all at once. I try my best. All right. So, let's see. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna ride out, and I think we'll just ride down into the Great River region, just a little bit, just kind of finish up here for a few minutes for fun. Let's do that. Hey, another player. That's the 4th player we've seen here in the last 30 minutes. A lot of people here in Lothlórien. Lothlórien. All right. All right, to the Great River. All right, so we're gonna ride down this pathway here. Yeah, the weapons are amazing. They're really, really good. I had someone make a comment on one of my legendary items, which was my older video. I have newer updated ones, and we also made a video where we did a workshop if you need help with it. But someone made a comment that they were like, "This is just I just came back to LOTRO. This is just way too much work." And I was like, I get it, but like once you like learn it and you've done it once, then you're kind of like done forever on that character, right? Because they level with you, which is really nice to not have to get like new weapons every time a new level comes out. And you just like update the weapon with like a little bit of money, right, or whatever, reforge it. And it's like the weapons are so good. They add so much to your character. Like if you don't have your legendary item weapon done, you're so weak. It's crazy. Like your legendary item like adds like 40% of your strength of your character. It's insane how much they add to your character. Like versus like other games where a weapon just adds like, well, it increases your damage, but that's it. No, legendary items in LOTRO have so much more. So I understand why you're so excited to get yours. Sorry, I'm being distracted by these delicious ore deposits. Delicious limestone. Anyone know where that reference is from? Glordurith. What a name there, sir. Oh, we found a new area. The savory pie. Ooh, the savory pie, eh? We're all dancing. They must be practicing their in sync to the beat dance moves here. What's going on here? Having a little chat. Also, one fun little side note for everybody. This spot right here, the fact that you can see the other side with this beautiful river and you can see Mirkwood in the distance. When I first came to Lothlórien, you couldn't see it. And also, even when Southern Mirkwood came out, you couldn't see the other side. They've done updates to increase the distance you could see things. Like the castles and stuff. It was just like blank. It was like blank, like a few trees and just the hard rocks. But now you can see like the details on the castle and you can see the beautiful water. It's like way cooler than it used to be. This whole spot is really beautiful compared to what it used to be. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Bunch of you just hopped in. We are just exploring the ends of Lothlórien right now. And if anyone has any questions on the new 64-bit upgraded stuff coming out, I can answer. Though I answered a ton of it at the beginning of the stream, so later you can go back and watch the first 45 minutes we were talking about questions and answers. Alright, we're going to head to the Great River region now for our pack trip here. We're going to check that out for a little while, and then I think what I'll do is I'll probably teleport back to my home. So, this Lothlórien tree is not looking so hot, guys. Oh, wow. I hear a fast-running water. Is there like a waterfall right here? The Great River. Oh, yeah, there's like a dammed up spot right there. That's a cool river sound effect. Oh, wow, look at this area. Now, you have to keep in mind, the area we just went into is technically newer than the Lothlórien area. And you can kind of tell there's certain textures that look better. This area is actually not that new, though. This area, the Great River region, came out right before Rohan did, from what I remember, I think. It's kind of like a connection to Rohan, or did it come out right after? It's not really like a... It's actually kind of a huge area. I was going to say it's not really huge. I take that back. It's pretty big, actually. Now, it's nighttime here in the game still. But it's actually kind of a big area from what I remember. Yeah, it is. It really is, actually. The Great River area is actually kind of big. You know, Limelight Gorge, I don't think I've ever been to Limelight Gorge. Well, I must have been, because I have the markers. Gosh, it's been so long. You know what? Maybe I'll take a horse from this town over here on the right to get up to Limelight Gorge, just to kind of see that for fun. The other side's kind of like just desolate, this area down here, the Brown Lands. Let's go ahead and ride up here. It's amazing to me that we've been riding around for almost 2 hours. And I just like to point out, we have gotten from, of course, a little bit of sightseeing, so I stopped a little bit. But we were up here, right? And we rode down, and we're like just below Lothlórien now. So we're like, we went from like here to like here. In the last, like, this is how big Middle Earth is. Like, this game is big. It's a really big game. All right, let's go up around this corner here. There's a village here. Looks like an old elven settlement. Haldrith, all right, yep. Looks like a little elven settlement here. I'm gonna ask her to give me a ride to... Oh, it's swift travel only, huh? Well, that's no good. Well, let's do that, and then we'll just explore this area. Save us a little time. I was hoping they'd have a regular ride there, but looks like it was only swift travels. All right. The Limelight Gorge. Oh, interesting. Controlled by the Rohirrim. I do not remember this at all. Gosh, I've been here because the marker, it just must have been years ago. Oh, there's some quests over here. Oh. Well, this is the Limelight Gorge in here. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it's quite dark. Wow, this is cool, though. Oh, dude, look at these trees. I don't think I've ever seen trees like this, actually, in any other part of Middle-earth. This look. Whoa, actually, the textures look really, really awesome on this thing. What the heck? It's a neat-looking... Those are neat-looking trees. Oh, look at that. Look at the moon through the trees. That looks so cool with the stars. Urchin Justice. I see 22 likes. Well, there are 46 right now on the video, so I appreciate it. Try refreshing the stream once and see if it fixes it for you, the page. Welcome to the stream, everybody. There's a bunch of you guys in here. How's it going? Hope you're all having a great day in Middle-earth. So I know we are. Here, we're having a blast. You know what I just realized? I don't have my little Voice of the Rings thing on over there. How sad. It's not on. Hold on. I realized it hasn't been on this whole time. I'm gonna fix it. All right, here, you guys enjoy this view for a second of the moon. There, enjoy that for a second. I'm gonna fix it. All right. There we go. I fixed it. Let's keep going. I had to charge its battery yesterday, and I forgot to plug it back in. Look at this. Is cool. I'm going to leave my headset off for a little while. I don't need that to read. You guys can hear the sound. That's all that matters, right? Goron eats limestone? Yes, you got it, Hayden. It's from Neverending Story. Did you guess Neverending Story? Unless it's a delicious limestone. This is really pretty. Wow. They did so much work in this area, and I feel like probably people like never even come into this area. The Fallen Tower. Can I go into the Fallen Tower? No. Is that a... Oh, look, guys. It's a moving pine tree. Don't act like you weren't moving. You were definitely moving a minute ago, sir. Oh, look at his face. He's gonna eat you with that right there. Oh, he's a little scary, actually. Wow. Scary man. Not very scary for me when I'm level 150, though. This is cool. I'd like to come back here and check this place out in the daylight sometime. It's definitely, unfortunately, it's going to be dark here for quite a bit longer here in the... So I might just bring us to go look at my house here in Linsby. Kind of where we started. This is really cool, though, even at night, actually. It's really pretty. I wonder if there's any, like, special things besides the tower. The pothole. What is the pothole? Oh, look, there's a house. Comes up to the house. Wood carver! Just kidding. The old sawmill. He really is a wood carver. He is. Oh, they're dwarves! Dwarves! My brethren! How's it going today? This guy actually is a wood carver. Look, he's really wood carving. I was making a joke. He's actually doing it. Wow, look at that. Oh, look, they got like, it's like a sawmill. That's so cool. This is awesome. You know, it'd be cool if they introduced the ability for you to like have a profession, like as in like make your own shop in LOTRO. Would that be cool if they like added spots you could like maybe buy where like maybe a limited amount kind of thing, but it'd be like, you know, maybe a lot of upkeep or something to keep it. But wouldn't it be cool if you could, like... Dang, that thing is really spinning. It'd be really cool if you could, like, set up a shop and, like, sell, like, in Breland or in, like, some city. That'd be really, really cool. Especially on the new servers with everyone kind of being on the same servers. It'd be really good for the roleplay servers, obviously. But I think people would roleplay on the regular servers, too. Like that, they're... Don't want to misquote things here. They're both going to be regular servers. Just one of them is labeled as roleplay. You can roleplay on either of them, really, but people are going to expect roleplay on the one labeled roleplay. Alright, let's go ahead and check out. It's a little bit dark and kind of boring just staying around this dark area, so we're going to move around to... What in the... Oh, there it is. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up to this spot over here. See what the pothole is, because I'm curious to know what the pothole is. And then we will run back to my house to finish up there. You know, it's funny. This seems like a really good area to get Skarn. Kalinard Skarn deposits. I would recommend it. There's a lot out here. What the heck? This is a great place to farm this stuff. You're someone that needs this. I do a lot of crafting for the kinship, so I like to make sure I grab what I can get. Is this it? The pothole. Okay, so it's just a dent in the ground with some trolls. Hello, buddy. How are you? Why the ugly face? Oh wait, you can't help that. I'm sorry. Hacha! Wow. Oh, his friend came to help him. What a true hero. Oh, level difference. Zollin looks like he's like a Maiar, right, with doing that. Boom, boom, dead. Well, now we know what the pothole is. Let's teleport back to my base. Anyway, that was kind of fun. We could explore the Great River more if you guys like to in the future. Maybe I could do it where I plan it at a daytime. I obviously planned this one to start at daytime, but people wanted me to answer questions at the beginning, which is totally fine. I enjoy doing that. But obviously ate at some of our daylight. Alright, welcome to the Wells of Langflood, also my home. Let's let everything load in real quick here. Should even change to daylight because I have a certain setting here at my house. Yeah, there we go. I have it set for the light of Durin's day, which means it's always the light of Durin's day. It's always like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Gives very nice light for this yard. I really like how it lays the light over the yard because of the angle of the mountain. It's a really nice effect, particularly for this house. It's funny because it's different for every house, depending on... You don't always have a mountain, you know, behind your house. But this is where I live. I'll probably still get the same house location if we do end up moving to an updated server later. I really like this house. Might not be the exact same address, like neighborhood, but that's okay. As long as it's the same location, the dimensions. Here's my crafting hall, where I like to craft things. I can cook here, I can do my scholarly work, I can shoe my horses at the workbench, and I can craft at the forge. I also can plant stuff for gardening right here. It's my crafting mania. We're almost at 50 likes. I appreciate that, guys. That's amazing. I can't believe how many likes we got on the stream today. It's awesome. I mean, I can believe it. You guys are awesome. I'm not doubting how awesome you are. I'm just saying that that's a lot. That waterfall is loud. There is a reason why I normally mute that waterfall. Where are my settings? No, not that. Filters. Normally, when I'm dealing with waterfalls, there. Did I get it all? There. Silence. Don't you wish you could do that in real life? You got something that's really bugging you? Just like, zzz, just tune it out. Wonderful. We got all the same, so we just don't have the sound effects of the big waterfall behind us now. There's still a river sound effect. Granted, I like the sound of the waterfall, but it's so loud compared to all the other sound effects that it can be just too overwhelming. Guys, look, it's my horse. And then I can, like, mount up and be like, the roleplay. Oh, except my horse is slightly bigger when I ride him, which is kind of hilarious, actually. Alright, we've got the brother and sister horse. So anyway, this is kind of my house. A lot of you have already seen it, I know. Whoop! I'm gonna go into my house. There is a lot of us on today. I didn't even look at our kinship. How many people are online? Wow, look at that. That's amazing. Wonderful. Oh, and good job. I see Justin and Dan start doing Helm's Dyke solo duo. You got to do that ahead of time, the solo duo one, if you want to be able to do the 6-man version or the other things on Epic Battles. So. My dwarf always gets all scared when he goes by the turtle. I'm always like, stop, it's okay. Well, this has been a very fun little stream today, you guys. And I will be back in less than an hour for another stream. There you go. I will let you see this beautiful, my water area. Now, the only thing is, you notice there's not a whole lot of sound effects in here now because I turned off the water. So, like, if I wanted to, I could take those back off, right? And then you'd be able to hear the waterfalls in here. I think that, I don't know if it'll immediately do it, though, actually, now that I think about it. You can hear my bats. I've got a rainbow that's, like, the light coming through with the water in here, so, like, the rainbow effect. And then I've got my floating thing there. And then the bats come out of this cave and go up into that cave. That's how I, like, planned it. With the bat effects. But it's pretty cool to have an underwater cavern. I also love that dripping sound. It's so cool in the background. Well, my friends, man, I don't want to end the stream. There's so many people here, but I will be right back if you guys want to hang out again. We will be playing 2 things. So later, in an hour from now, I'm going to be doing Return to Moria with other people who want to join in. We're going to be working on our server, and then after that, right after that, we'll be playing Lord of the Rings Online again. We'll be doing some endgame content with the Kinship Raidtacular night. So definitely check it out. And again, if you want to like and subscribe, that's awesome. If you enjoyed yourself and I earned it, sweet. Thank you so much. Thanks to my Patreons for their support. Go above and beyond. Again, like and subscribing is free. That's a great way to support me. And again, guys, join our Discord. If you want to be, if you're part of subscribing, you want to be part of the channel, you want to get alerts on what's going to happen with 64-bit stuff and things like that too later. The best thing is to be in our Discord, and we'll also send out a kinship mail later once I make I will be the one to make announcements about that. I don't want any telephone happening or confusion, so I will be the one to announce things later. So only listen to me for my kinship. But I will also help anyone who's not in the kinship, just LOTR community in general, with knowing stuff, and I'll try to make some videos on it and things later. I don't want to do anything until I have more information from the main devs, though. And I really do highly recommend you watch Cordovan's video, which I will link in the description and a comment of this one right after it ends right now, so I don't forget. And thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate how many of you hung out this whole time. We pretty much got to 50 likes. If you didn't like the stream, maybe we get it to 100 if you're watching this video later. But you guys have a good one. Thank you so much, and I will see you all very soon. Baruch Hazard Kuzarim, and you stay happy, my friends, and I'm at your service, and your families, of course, as always. Have a great day, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. And again, I will see you guys all very soon with another stream in just an hour. See you soon.